Okay, we're just gonna wait for one more minute. Let a few more people join. My bindi's not in the middle, is it? Okay, should we start by putting our hands together, everyone? Hands together. How do we greet in Sanskrit? We put our hands together and we say, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Namo Namaha. We say Namo Namaha. One more time. Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha.
Or we can say Hari Om.
Hari Om.
So in Sanskrit, the point of the greeting is not just to say, hey, it's kind of like, I offer my respects to you and to, Lord Krishna, to the divine. That's how you're supposed to greet each other. It's a matter of respect, right? So we always fold our hands when we greet in Sanskrit culture, in Indian culture. Okay, we're gonna do a new shloka today. I guess we're missing a few people, but they'll probably catch up. Okay, so the new shloka is from chapter 2. Again, chapter 2 from the Bhagavad Gita is really an incredible place to start. If you ever want to start reading the Bhagavad Gita, it's got so much information in this. So a lot of the shlokas we will learn, it will be from chapter 2. Okay, so the Bhagavad Gita, if you remember, it is Krishna speaking to Arjuna, and they're best friends, and they're about to go into a big battle, right? And Arjuna doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to kill his friends and his cousins, and just so that he can win a kingdom. He doesn't want to do that. So he's really sad, and he's saying, Krishna, I don't want to do this. I don't think it's worth it. So please tell me what to do. He's asking Krishna, and Krishna's saying, he's trying to explain to him that you have to do your duty, right? We all have to do our duty. If you're a student, when you go to school, you must study, right? That's our duty. And if I'm a mummy, I have to look after my kids. That's my duty. If I'm a Sanskrit teacher, then I must teach. I have to do my best to teach. So whatever our role is, we have to do our best to do that role properly. And if we say, oh, I don't feel like doing it, I'm really sad today, I don't feel like it, I don't think it's right, that's not okay. Because we have to understand why we are doing our duty. So Krishna is trying to help Arjuna understand why he has to do it. So this shloka, this is 222. Can you see that, guys? 222, chapter 2, verse 22. Can you see the Sanskrit writing up here? I've shown you first the Sanskrit writing and then the English after that. So maybe I'll leave both of them up so you can compare what it looks like in Sanskrit. Okay, this one's a slightly longer shloka than the previous one we learned. So it's like 1.5 shlokas. So even the melody that we sing it in will be slightly different. This has 11 syllables, and the previous shloka we did had 8 syllables. How many did the previous one have? 8. And this one has 11. So the meter is different and the melody will be different. Okay, so if you can repeat after me. Vasamsi.
Vasamsi.
Jirnani.
Jirnani. Yada.
Vihaya.
Vihaya.
Navani. Grihanati. Naro. Aparani. So you see where there's an apostrophe on top of the parani? The apostrophe on top of the P, that denotes that there's actually a silent A there. There's a silent what there? A. The sound A. So it's actually aparani. It's not parani. So it's the opposite of the word parani. Aparani. Okay, so let's try to say the first line. Repeat after me. I'm going to say it first. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. So it's a melody, okay? So I'm going to say it one more time. Vasam sijirna niyatha vihaya. Do you want to try it with me? 1, 2, 3, go. Vasam sijirna niyatha it's a little bit tricky, but we will get there. So let's try two words. Can you all say Vasam sijirnani? Yatha vihaya. Navani grihnati. Your turn. Naruparani. Very good. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. Let's leave all the okay. Two words. Vasam sijirnani. Your turn. Yatha vihaya. Navani grihnati. Naroparani. Very good, very good. We're gonna do it one more time, just two words. Vasam sijirnani. Yatha vihaya. Navani grihnati. Naroparani. Okay, now we're going to try the whole line once. Vasam sijirnani yatha vihaya. Wow, that's very good. I know this is a little bit tricky. You've never done this before, so really well done. You guys are doing really well. The trick is just practicing, right? If we, just like with anything else, the more we do it, the more comfortable we'll get. So, second line. Navani grihnati naroparani. Very good. Vasam sijirnani yatha vihaya. Navani grihnati naroparani. Very good. Okay. So what is this shloka about? Krishna is telling Arjuna that just like, you know, you and I, every morning, what do? What's the first thing we do every morning? You shower, you brush, and then you change your clothes, right? Do you wear dirty clothes again? We don't wear the same clothes we wore yesterday. So just like how every morning we shower and we change our clothes in the same way, when we're done with this body, this thing that we're wearing, it's temporary. We change it at the end of this life. So if you can think about it like we're the same person when we change our clothes, right? Like if you wear your school uniform, or you wear a dress to the, you know, your party outfit, or you wear like a costume, you wear something, you're still the same person, right? If I wear this, I'm still Kishori. If I wear a sari, I'm still the same person. So this thing that we're wearing, this body that we have, can everyone touch your body like that? This thing, This is actually, it's just something we're wearing. Who is wearing it? Who do you think is wearing it?
Soul.
Your soul is wearing it. The real you. The real you. Is this the real me? Is this the real me?
No.
Am I my clothes?
Yeah.
No. So my body is temporary. This time, today, this life, I'm born as a woman and I'm born in India and so on and so forth. But next time, it might not be the case. This time, I'm a human being. It might not be the case that in the next life, we get the same kind of body. We're very lucky. You, and you. We're very lucky to be born in a nice family, to be learning Sanskrit, and to be taken care of. It's not always going to be the case because the bodies that we get depend on our consciousness, okay? So just like we change our clothes every day, the bodies that we wear, that our soul wears, is different. It can be anything. And we have to make sure in this life that the next body that we wear is going to be a good one. You have the choice. I have the choice. I have to make sure. Does that make sense? Someone raised their hand. How do I? Okay. Raised hands. Does anyone? Okay. Does anyone need to ask question? Does anyone have a question? Yeah, go on then. Arvind?
You know, for Parani,
Yeah?
you don't pronounce the A at the beginning.
Yeah,
How
so
do you
it's
know whether it's the opposite of the word or whether it's actually that word?
very, very good question. So how do I know that it's actually a Parani and not just Parani? Because first of all, there's an apostrophe there. So when there's no apostrophe, that means there's no silent A. And once you get used to Sanskrit, there will always be an apostrophe because you see in the, how do I annotate? Whoops. Okay, let me find my spotlight. You see this bit here? Oh, it's not working. You see this bit right there? Whoop. See that little squiggly thing that looks like an S?
Yeah.
That is the Sanskrit equivalent of a pause. It's a Sanskrit equivalent of a pause. So that is your aparani. There goes naro, aparani. It's like a pause. All right. So once you get used to it, you'll know exactly where there's a silent A and it's not. The beautiful thing about Sanskrit, there's no discrepancy. There's no confusion. There's no space for, oh, but it could be that.
So would you be able to tell the difference if you were just listening and if you didn't have the writing in front of you?
Very good. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference if you were just listening. But you would, because the meaning, like when I hear it, I'm not that expert where I know 100% exactly what I'm reading without looking at the meaning. I kind of need to look at it, but I know 80%. So with the context of the whole verse, you understand what the verse is trying to say. It's like if you have a story and someone misspells something, you still get what they're trying to say, right? If they misspeak, you'll still get the gist of what they're trying to say. So good question. Let's repeat it once or twice because then we have to move on to the writing part. We're just doing the first two lines today. Whenever you try to learn a new, go on, Summer. You had your hand up?
Question?
Yeah, Summer, did you have a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, so whenever you're trying to learn a new shloka, pace yourself, learn 2 lines, then wait for a few hours, come back and try to learn the second 2 lines. Okay, otherwise you'll get too overwhelmed. Right, repeat after me. Asam si jirna niyatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Navani grihanati naroparani. Great. That's chapter 2, verse 22. If you have time during the day, go back to it and try to recite it as often as possible. That's the best way to get it, commit it to memory. You'd be surprised if you commit like 5 minutes, you can learn these 2 lines within 5 minutes. If you're looking at it, like I said before, you have to be looking, reading the words. You say it out loud, so you hear it and you're saying it, hearing it, reading it, saying it. When you have 3 senses going for the same purpose, like that, I challenge you. You can learn two lines in 5 minutes if you want to focus and get the job done. So more tomorrow. So don't forget, repeat. Let's go to everyone ready with your pencils, something to write on. Yesterday we stopped with the letter R, right? Yeah. So let's redo R. Let's first say all the vowels. Everyone repeat after me. After me. E, E, Re, Ri, Re, Ri, E, I, O, Au, Aha. How many did I count? How many vowels did we count?
16.
Very good. 16 vowels. That's just the vowels. Why are there so many vowels? How many vowels are there in English?
5.
5. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. 5. So why are there 16 in Sanskrit? Because it takes away confusion later on. Like, when you get into digraphs and trigraphs in English, they make different sounds at different times, whether it's at the end of the word or in the middle. So that's not the case in Sanskrit. So first we learn more vowels so that ultimately in the end, there's less confusion. We have a different letter for every sound. So does that make sense? It's much better for us in the end to have more vowels that we can write. Okay, so we shall now start with the writing. Maybe we start with A and I, because we haven't practiced it very much. So A is, remember, we start with the top of the line. That's my top of the line, okay? We start at the top of the line. So straight line down, then off to the side, then another straight line next to it, into the middle, towards the middle. Then a line on top. Everything has a line on top. This one is A, the sound A. Okay, so I'm gonna make I a little bit lower. I'm gonna make I over here. Again, straight line down, then to the side. Another straight line down, in. Line on top, and then erase. Then what we do is a loop and a diagonal flick that ends at the end of the letter. It has to end where the letter ends. It has to meet the letter right at the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody write A and I, a few of them. This is I. This is I. The sound I. A. I. Everyone say A.
A.
I.
I.
A.
A.
I.
I.
Okay, so now we're going to, if you write it on one, maybe like write it in a row so that you leave space to continue practicing how to write in the column or the line. Going down. Well done. A little bit closer, Sia, to the camera. Very good. That's A and I. Very good. But remember, maybe a bit later you can start making them a bit smaller so that it fits inside one line. So these are supposed to technically fit inside a line. Okay? So that's my line. It has to fit inside the line. Should your letter be touching the bottom line?
No.
No. But yours were, Sia. They were touching the bottom line. So you have to make it so that maybe use 2 lines if you need to, because it's hard to make it really small. Well, that's really beautiful. Nita's second fire. Who's that? That's really good writing. Very nice. Okay, so that's A and I. We're going to remove that now. Let's start with Ri and Ri. So Ri is a letter that we use commonly, but I don't really know any words that start with the second one, Ri. So we're just going to cancel the second word, Ri and Ri. They're used very rarely, so we're not going to do it. We got more difficult things to worry about. Okay, let's start with Ri. Everyone, you touch the top of the line, then go down, straight line down. Touch the top of a line. If you don't have a lined notebook today, maybe tomorrow or the next day you can come in with lined paper. It will help you keep your letters straight and to kind of gauge how big and small they should be. So straight line down, then remember it's like a little curve and it meets in the middle of this line. And then from the same space, you make another line diagonally to the side. Does that make sense? Okay, straight line down, then a curved little, like a roof of a house shaped that way, then a straight line to the side, okay? Then from that same spot where you've connected to the main line, from that same spot, you should make an upside down loop to the other side and a little C, like a hook, a loop and a hook. Now this letter is Ri, Ri for Rishi, Ri for Ritu, Ri for many other words like that. So this is the letter Ri, and it's written like this in transliteration, and the sound that it makes is R and an I. Can everyone say Ri? Ri. So in Sanskrit, you must roll your tongue when you are making the R sound. So everyone say Ri. Ri. Very good. Very good. I'm hearing lots of good rolling of the tongue. Ri. Very good. Very good. Okay. So yeah.
The vertical line touch the bottom. Touch the bottom line.
No, none of the words should ever touch the bottom line.
Okay.
So
They all hang from the top.
yeah, they all hang from the top. So the opposite of English. So in English, so imagine this is my bottom line, right? So in English, we would touch the bottom line, wouldn't we? And we'd avoid touching the top line. But it's the opposite in Sanskrit. You always touch the top line and don't touch the bottom line.
Opposite.
So the next one, the next letter, the long Ri, which we are not going to learn very much, but I'm just going to tell you what it looks like so you know it. Again, same shape, Okay, upside down, but it has 2 hooks instead of 1. 2 C's, 2 little hanging C's instead of 1. It's like a backwards 3. So let's do that again. Here are all my drawings. This is my top line. Straight line down. Curved in a hook. Curved line like a roof of a house. Then a diagonal line down. The same spot. You make an upside down loop. And then a C. This is re. Another one. Oops, too long. Oh. Okay. So you do have to make sure that you get the proportions right. If you can see, oh, that's really nice. Nita, that's really good. Very good. If you can, yeah. If you can make the little roof shape and that is slightly bigger and more spread out, Nita's fire. Right.
The top of
Yeah, you see this roof shape should be slightly more spread out, not so stuck. Very good. Okay, then a straight line down like that, then upside down loop, and a backwards 3. Okay, this is a long vowel. Whoops. So this is re, and this is re. Remember, the long vowels are denoted with a line on top. Re. But actually, it's written like this. This is re. And this is re. Okay. Right. So now we're going to learn re and re. We're just going to learn one more letter today. The next one, so we did re. The next one is L-R-I. Re. Can everyone say re? Very good. This is a very rarely used. It's a very rarely used letter. So we're not going to spend too much time on it. Anyway, so start with the top of a heart shape. What are you going to start with?
the top of a heart shape.
And then you're going to make it that C. Remember the C with the hook? And then connect that to the top. So there's 2 ways to do it. Either you can start with a straight line down and then make a heart shape like that. And then do the hook. But I've done this a bit too long, so let's redo that. Let's redo that. Oh.
Sorry, Johnny.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good, but maybe a little bit smaller. The heart shape should be a little bit smaller, and maybe the line can be a tiny bit longer. Okay, so start. Yeah.
Is there a specified stroke order for all of these letters? Would I be able to find it online?
Yes, you could. Ideally, you always connect to the top line first. So ideally, you always draw the lines that connect to your top line first. But I thought I'd show the shape first. But so if you watch me now, always draw the line first. Draw the line first, then draw the shape. And then a hook. That is re. So re is denoted as la, ra, with a dot under it. R with a dot under it is pronounced as R-I, re. Okay, now this is L-R-I, therefore it's pronounced la, ra, e. Can everyone say re? Re. 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 Yeah, very good. Okay, have you drawn a few of these? Yeah. Has everyone drawn some? We're almost done. You know, we've almost done all the vowels. We've only got. We already did O and O.
Sorry, I have a question.
Okay, I can't see you. There you go. Yeah. Come on, Anjali.
So you know when when you draw like Sanskrit letters,
Yeah.
what's the first thing you do? Do you draw the line at the top first, or
Yes.
do you do like the stuff at the bottom first, then you do the line?
Very good. So the same question that Arvind asked. So what I was trying to tell him is that you always draw the lines, straight lines first. So the straight line that connects the shape with the top lines, with the lines, you draw like this one coming down. You always draw that first so that you kind of can paste the space. You know how to.
Also, I learned how to write my name.
No way. That's awesome. Take a picture of it and send it to me, okay? That can be your guys' homework. You can try to. Oh, that's really good, Sia. You guys can try to figure out how to write your name. Really good.
I did that in school.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna be done with the vowels tomorrow. We're just gonna do and aha. And that's really easy because it all relates with the first letter a. What did Krishna say out of all the letters? Which letter is he? He says, yeah. Akarosmi. He says, I out of all aksharanam, akarosmi. Can everyone say aksharanam? Akshar are the letters. You see, we're writing the letters. Akshar are the letters. So aksharanam. He's saying, out of all the letters, I am the letter a. Akarosmi. Osmi, I am. Krishna is saying, I am the letter A out of all the letters. And you'll see why, because a lot of letters are formed off of the letter A. It's the most basic one that influences. A is actually inside all the letters. All the letters build from the sound of A. Okay. Class is over. Time's up. I'm gonna put on that YouTube song now. If you have time, you guys can listen to it. Otherwise, you're welcome to join us tomorrow at 11:30. Let's put our hands together because after you've got a question, Kameshwari? Yeah. Go on, Kameshwari.
How do you do the animation?
The animation? I'm going to show it to you. You type on YouTube, you go into YouTube and you type in Sanskrit rhymes 1. There's loads of rhymes and we're doing the first one. It's by a channel called Vedika.
Not that, like.
Oh, how am I? Oh, sorry, what happened here? I need to. Yes. Okay.
How do you do the animation on the screen?
Oh, I don't know, sweetheart. Let's talk a bit later. I'm just gonna show you. You can. I don't understand your question, so I'm gonna. Oh. Okay.
Like on the board.
This.
We're just going to.
Yeah, that. This
What?
animation thing.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this. You guys listen to this and then.
Amma.
Can you hear it?
I think so.
Can you turn it a bit louder?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it higher. Oh. All right, here we go.
I can't hear it.
Ashvaha Amraha Sarvamati Parameshaha How do I? Sugar cane. Ikshuhu. Ishaha.
There's only 2 minutes left.
Udakam.
Urmihi.
Udakam. Hati prabhavati urmihi. So the waves go up and down. Rishihi. So there's 2 ways of saying the word rishi. Rishi and rishi.
Vayam patamaha. Vayam patamaha.
Udakam, water. Urmihi, waves. Rishihi or rushihi. There's 2 ways to pronounce that word. Edaha stulaha pushtaha. Edaha, goat.
Aindrajalikaha. Aindrajalikaha.
Otuhu, meow meow. Otuhu.
Otuhu, meow meow. Otuhu.
Mastu, mastu. Mastu. Edaha, goat. Aindrajalika, magician. Otuhu, aushadham, medicine. Very good, everyone. Well done, you all. We'll see you all tomorrow at 11:30. Thank you for joining us. How do we say thank you?